Luke, well played. It's not very often someone who only plays half an hour gets the Man of the Match award, but that's rewarded you 2 goals.
Yeah, it's great. It's good that we got another win under our belt. That's 9 goals in 2 games now. It's great for the team. We're sitting top of the table, and we can't get carried away. We have to get our rest and do things right. So we've got a really tough game on Tuesday. The next 3 games are tough. 2 away games, then back home against AFC. Also, promotion push contenders with Luton as well. So, we've got to keep our heads right and just keep doing things right. But it's better to have it than not. So it's a good start for the boys.
I know you said you don't want to get carried away, but it's difficult, isn't it? After 2 home games, when you've scored 9 goals and you've come off the bench and got 3 of those.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much more to come from us. I still think. We train well. Everyone's great in training, and there's boys getting left out of the team that have got great ability, but it's unfortunate everyone can't play, but it's a squad game and everyone has to keep on their toes, injury, suspension, touch wood that don't happen, but it's good for the boys, it keeps everyone on their toes. I
want to talk to you about your second goal because really from the position you were in you had no right to score, did you? Barged your way between 2 of them, still took on another one, a great finish.
Yeah, I mean, I like doing that, running with the ball, initially I tried to play Paul Connor and I couldn't get out of my feet, so I had to keep running with it, and fortunately I got in front of goal and it's gone in, so it's good.
What about the first one though? Because the second one was brilliant. We couldn't quite tell what happened to the second one. Was it a deliberate volley in, or did it go off your shin, or what happened?
Yeah, it came off my foot. I was surprised it come. As strikers, you should always expect the ball. I didn't expect it to come, but it came. I've just got my foot to it. It's gone in off the post. So anyhow goals come, I'll take them.
Yeah. Top of the league now as well. What does that mean to you?
That's great. I've never been in a situation like this before. It's great for the boys, to have the points on board. Teams with games in hand on us. But we've got the points on the board at the moment, so they've got to go and get a result. Last time, got a good goal difference as well, so that's good.
Last time we spoke, you said you were quite happy coming off the bench and making that impact. But when you've scored 3 in a week, when you come off the bench, you must be desperate for a start against soon, haven't you?
Yeah. You've got to. It's good to cement your place in the team. But I mean, again, if it means we win a game and I get a couple of goals, it's good for the boys. I'll take it as it is, But hopefully, I can cement a place in the starting 11. I just have to keep going. It's down to the manager and the assistant who they choose. It's a strong team for a starting 11, but I'm happy at the moment. It's a good place to be.
Great stuff. Well played today.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.
Yeah, good, Luke. I mean, you've obviously had a great start to Phil Mill. I think it's till January, isn't it, that you initially with the club. I mean, is that something you'd love to, I guess, extend now? The fact that things have gone so well.
Yeah, it's going great. Sitting top of the table would be great to get a contract till the end of the season. Hopefully. Who knows what could happen if we get to the playoffs or even automatic promotion. You just don't know, but we have to keep things right at the moment and not get carried away with things.
Yeah. I mean, obviously the takeover thing, just gone through before kick-off. How much of a boost do you think that'll be to the lads?
That's great for the club. It settles everyone that works for the club. Not just the players but all the staff. And it's a great show that we put on for them today. Yeah. I don't know if they was there on Tuesday, but it's 9 goals in 2 games. Yeah. So it's good. It's good for anyone to watch, even especially for the supporters.
Yeah. And is there a kind of a genuine belief now that maybe the club could get promoted this year? Because obviously the bit of uncertainty before, now that's kind of gone, and obviously top of the league as well. But they perhaps give you that momentum to carry it.
Yeah, I think there always is. This league's so tough. I think there's a belief in every single club to get a promotion push from the start of the season. It's just how you start, and we've started really well. As I said again, we can't get carried away. We have to keep doing things right. We've got the points on the table. It's the most important thing, so we just have to keep going.
Cheers for home win. Top of the league on the day that a new owner comes in. That's a good day's work, isn't it?
Yes, it certainly was. Very pleasing. Different type of battle, and we had to earn the right. But all things considered, with the texture of the performance, it was very pleasing.
And to come off the back of a 5-0 home win, we talked before the game about the danger of messing up after a big home win, but you've gone and followed it with another one.
Well, I think the way I saw it was that we had to make sure we were doing our jobs, and certainly the pressure of long throws and certainly a lot of high balling to the box, you have to deal with that. And full credit to Eastbourne, they do it effectively, and so we've worked very hard on set plays, and part of the game you have to deal with. And I felt that the way we went about that was excellent, and we didn't really come under too much pressure from those. And when we did get the ball down, I felt we looked very good. So all in all, you earned the right to play, and we were certainly pragmatic in our approach, and I felt that paid dividends in the end.
It's windy here. It certainly was around kick-off time, and it took about half an hour, didn't it, for you to settle into that and get used to that, and then you picked up towards the end of the first half.
David, you're only as good as anybody to let you play, and I have respect for Gary, and they've put some very good results together. They've scored an abundance of goals, so the clean sheet was the most important thing for me. And they're a threat. I'll give them credit for that. But I felt when we did get the ball down and when we were able to get it under control, we passed the ball well, and certainly we played some fantastic football at times. Very, very much so. And I was delighted with the element of keeping the ball on the base.
Bit fortunate to have the penalty.
Why?
Not look from the angle you were at that he got the ball.
To be fair, the fourth official was giving me a bit of ear roll because I wasn't too happy with one of the prior engagements there. So I didn't really see it that well. I think Gary was obviously miffed at the decision, but the referee he asked him what was his view on it, and he just felt it was a clear penalty. So I can't tell that until I've seen it on the video. But I know Gary, and Gary's not the type of man to get too irate. But Nixie felt the man played the ball and the man, and an interpretation of the law. So I understand where Gary's coming from, but likewise I've seen him not given against us before, and I'm not going to moan because teams seem to have had the healthy ones against us. So you have to take the rub sometimes. We've had them and we haven't had them. But I do understand why Gary was irate. But likewise, the referee explained his version to me, and that ended that for me.
Quite an impact by Luke Medley. I mean, the third one set up by the other sub, Lou Briscoe, and the fourth one, what a run.
Yeah. I felt the game would. That's how I planned the game. To be fair, it was how I planned the game at Newport, to be honest, until the sending off. I knew Robert would get fatigued. I thought his performance was again better today. His retention of the ball was better. So there are elements of he'll get better with sharpness and games. But I knew that Luke's pace would obviously cause a threat, and it proved to be a healthy one, and one I'm delighted with.
So you've got a new owner in now, a new boss, if you like, from your point of view. When will you be sitting down to have discussions with him about what sort of things you'll want to see?
Well, I just said I'm over the moon that you chaps have told me, because obviously I was unaware when it was concluded. I haven't had the opportunity. I haven't met Mr. Radford, and obviously there's plenty of time for that. So to really be honest, all I've just been concentrating on and trying to make sure the boys were concentrating on was that the fact of the matter is that the football is played on the grass, and that's where I belong, and out there. And we'll have healthy discussions, I'm sure, and we'll see where Mr. Radford wants to go and what his proposals are. And obviously, I'm delighted for the football club. I must say that, and is that the fact of the matter is that we've got a man who wants to take the club forward, and I know Mr. Saunders and the other board members are delighted with the agreement they've made. So from the fans' point of view, and from my point of view, and the players' point of view, we've got a bit of stability, because in recent weeks and say months, there's been an element of thinking it might go pop. It might do. That's football, and obviously we've had. I've kept that away from the players, so I think that's an ingredient that the boys haven't had too much to deal with. But I'm delighted now, because obviously it seems very healthy, and we've been taken over in a positive nature.
And all that, and top of the league as well to boot.
Top of the league, and obviously the boys have deserved the credit. I think that they've worked very hard. I do work them hard, but we work very hard on preparation. Preparation is something that I ask of myself and the players and my staff. And as I said last week, we're a team behind the team, and we must make sure that we do everything we can to keep this opportunity going.
Great stuff. Alan, everyone will talk about the 9 goals this week, but I'm sure you're concentrating on the 2 clean sheets you've got, aren't you?
Yeah, it's nice, to be fair. I mean, a bit disappointing like Newport, probably could have had one there as well, and the bloke goes and scores a wonder goal that he'll never score again. So, I mean, as a keeper, you're always judged on clean sheets, and personally now I don't sort of tend to worry too much about them, as long as we get the victory. But as a defensive unit, it was coming together nicely, and it sort of shows a good result of our hard work, to be fair, with the clean sheets. And
you got top of the league as well today with another enormous win. That's great news.
It is. I mean, the gaffer sort of the last week or so, he's been sort of saying that the next 12 weeks is going to be massive, like, because we've got a lot of the big teams around us and that, like, we've got to play them. So it's a crucial thing that's going to make or break how we sort of finish the season, really, because we've got not a bad run in, and the emphasis on is sort of maintaining a run with these games coming up.
Because back-to-back wins is something that didn't happen much towards the end of last season, and now you've done it here. You've done it twice this season. That needs to carry on, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's always going to be hard. Teams like Eastbourne are going to come to Mansfield on the back of us winning 5-0. They're going to sort of proverbially park the bus in front of the goal, and to be fair, they've seen how we played the other night, playing out from the back, and they've shut us down early, and it took us a good 15-20 minutes to get into the game and work out sort of a plan B. But It put a few people on edges. So the fans weren't happy when it was 0-0 after about half an hour, but and we sort of grind through, and once you get that goal 5 minutes before half time, it sort of puts that doubt in their head, and obviously Duffus has scored an excellent penalty and sets the ball rolling.
What's been the difference for the players that the takeover's been done as well? I know it largely goes on behind the scenes, but there is a new owner in now. The club's only been up for sale for 2 weeks. How much does that help that it hasn't dragged on?
To be fair, no one's ever saying that. We did have the chat. To be fair, when the club said, "Oh, we're up for sale," everyone started worrying about administration, and I sort of experienced that before at Lincoln. But the manager sort of kept us informed, sort of roughly what's going on. Just said, "Look, put it back in your minds, get on with football." And to be fair, no one's really thought about a takeover. It's go out there, and every game you just want to win, regardless of it be money or the club's up for sale. You just go out there for that determination to win.